Well, after all that time, and welcome aboard, all aboard. It's Kelly Jack. We're going to take and do some Simutrans sessions again. Don't know when this one's going to drop. I know it was posted, recorded right away after a short while after the other one. I did grab a cup of coffee and utilize some things. We are still hurting here. 82,000 in the whole last year, but only 38 so far this year. So this one here, we've got to figure out what's going on with Cali that's causing Calico Northwestern, I should say, to figure out why CNWRR is having problems. They've got the construction wholesaler. There's now a steel mill and a concrete mix factory, which is going to send us concrete blocks, cinder blocks. So, two new industry chains, and that's what those two nerds are for. So he's got a lot more stuff, and now we can start really considering some new and different layouts to the tracks. It's going to be fun. Wow, right on the tracks. So that's going to be tough. We'll have to do a siding around him. Oh, wow, this is going to be interesting to set up. Steel mills out in the middle of there. I don't see my concrete plant yet. There he is. There's our two plants. We got one that mixes them into bricks and one that makes the cement that they make them out of. So we're going to have two different styles of in one chain where there's actually a link step there. There's a resource, a factory, and then it goes over to another factory with some more resources to make the final product, which is, actually quite common. The car chain does that. And it's time to start considering for Jack getting some more of those power lines out there. Because Jack is beginning to realize over at Calico Northwestern that Kelly Jack may have serious problems from DDI with that rail line now going on that long one. He's realizing they, combined with that tanker run, are eyeing Octo Inc. And if Octo Inc. goes down, they are in Toast City. Hey, speaking of which, yeah, that is one nice thing is I can change a name regardless of who I'm playing as. That's nice. Nasty, but nice. Why? Because I can just see Rat Fink Thief being put on a station name down the road. That Rat Fink that can stole my train. It's poaching on my territory. All right, let's take and do some things with Kelly. To begin with, let's take a look at his train list. He's got an awful lot of blue, so we do, with those lines blue, need to look into, as we did with Eastern, upgrading the system, upgrading the rails to match the system so that we're making the max dollars, or at least close to max dollars that we can. So let's go to vehicle lists. Let's turn back on the old obsolete function and see what we got going. Close it out. We are on rail only, so there's only 4 trains that are going to cause us a problem. Road is where our problem is. Look, remember, he was the first one we built all the way back at the beginning of this tutorial sessions. So those stalls are going to bite us. And let's get rid of them stalls. As nice of a bus and as cheap of a bus as it is, and as good in short little situations where you're never going to get up to full speed, it's useless because of the size of the passenger count. I mean, look at that passenger count, 25. You got buses out there that can hold 70, 80 passengers. And we're going to be getting to those real soon. So, first things first. Um, Anything with stage line on it. That's another thing is to consider. Let's go to that right off the bat. Which stage lines did we have? We weren't using stage line. That's right. We were using all sorts of names with this. Early on, I wasn't doing my normal easy to find. So he's got some fun ones, and we even have a line without a name on it. Oh, ouch. We're going to have to figure out some things here. Let's start with that. Type of vehicle is it? That's a train. So that's our paper roll. And we were starting all of his with CNWRR so that we knew that it was a railroad. There we go. So we're going to have to go through, fix a lot of these so that we got the CNWRR on there so we know who we're looking at, especially when we get into these more and more of the shared or public service stations down the road that allow us to do some of those things we started finding out we can do, like hauling the passengers over to run on the other guy's rails. Hey, this is going to be fun. Maybe. For me, maybe not for you. First things first, we got a bus that makes a lot of money and it's constantly full. And we're not even going to bother. So we're going to come over to here, close out line management so we can see what we're doing. This is a bus in Brentberry. It's the Brentberry and Mine. Yeah, we're just going to put a faster bus onto it. And we're just going to throw an Ike at it. The Ikes are good for another 8 years. I don't really feel like throwing that high cost because he's not going to get up to speed. That's why. He's just barely going to touch that 60. So while the passenger count might be good, we'll see. Let's see how fast we fill an Ike. And Ike, again, 39 passengers versus 25, 14 more. Nearly double, though, but numerous times the cost of that stole. So we're going to stick with the Ike, 55 cents per kilometer. That's going to be the kick. Early on, I'm not still willing to take a jump the gun. So let's the Brent Mine and Stoll, throw him out. Come talk to this Stoll bus and tell him to retire out in the field. Just a minute you're unloaded, you're sold. We're selling you to the first guy that walks by and has cash. All right. And we're just going to keep doing that. So the Malalock Station Stoll could probably do that as well. But we're looking for Brentbury's first because that's the garage we got open. So the Brentbury Crosstown Stoll, we can probably replace that. Let's go ahead and get another Ike. And on the Crosstown, Brentbury Crosstown Stoll. And then tell Brentbury Crosstown Stoll that you are to retire. And he sold right out there in the field. Didn't waste any money bringing him back into the depot, which is what I would normally do. This is because he's hurting. We're trying to maximize the return without eating up what we're getting for the vehicle and returning it to the lot. Why? Well, here's why. Resale value $23.96. That's why. That's a high resale value if you think about it. Okay, let's see. I think that's it for Brentberry. Yeah. Go to lines just to make certain. Hey, what's got Brentberry in it? Yep, that's it. It was those two. So we've done him. Escape out of that. may have to take and clear that Brentberry out when we go back into lines. Close that garage. Let's go down here to the Malalock garage. And down here too, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to look Malalock. So we're going to put Ike's onto the Snake, where it's just losing money. We're going to put another one onto Main Avenue stole and one onto the Station stole. There we go. So now we can tell these guys, again, just retire them out in the field. And there we go. We're starting to look a lot better. Snake stole didn't. There was two of them on it. No, it hasn't reached the end of its life. Okay. Applecross. Applecross dispatches from here too. They've got a stole. Let's go ahead and throw onto that Applecross line at the State Road 1A Ike, and then tell this guy retire. Now all of our stoles have retired out of the system, been sold off. We've gotten back some money. Won't make up for the amount of buses we put out because it's not like it's a greater number of stoles being replaced by a fewer number of buses so far, except for maybe one case. The Empires, we can probably start getting rid of those. Same thing. And here's where we got to start looking for multiple names in the towns. Like we know the Bookworm Empire is actually a stage line. And I can even prove that real fast by going here and station listing him. And he's got stops in two different towns. So he's a stage line. And we know he's big. So let's put an actual one of the H-Trans buses, the full-size bus, 48-passenger bus, onto that line. But we're not doing it from over here. Why? Because that's in this section off of this guy. All right. So we're going to Pressman stage. You know what we're going to do here? We're going to choose, whoops, something new here. We're going to clear his schedule. And we're going to step over, grab this guy, and onto the Bookworm, we are going to put an actual bus, and then tell this guy, we're going to tell him to go to depot. Oh no, unload only, retire. Just get rid of him out there in the field. Let him finish out his run. These are the kind of things we've got to do in order to upgrade our system. And we're going to get more money, hopefully, long term, and watch some of those lines go black instead of red, hopefully, as they come off the blue where they were making money. The Torwell Curl Cross has a red line, which tells me that even though I know he's here, these two are losing money. These guys are making money. So replace the money makers first, unless it's obvious that the reason we're losing money is these guys are going long distance. It's like the Snake, I know, but the Curl Cross is, I think, take a peek at the Curl Cross route. Nope, all in Torwell, so yeah. We'll come back to that in the next episode. I'm Cali Jack. Have a better day than I'm having. This has been episode 53 in the Simutrans tutorial series here with me.